Ụmụnne m ndị Igbo, ụmụnne m ndị Enuani, ụmụnne m bụ ndị Igbo nọ n'ụwa niile, ụmụnne m ndị Eka, ụmụnne m ndị Ụkwụani, ndị Isu, ụmụnne m ndị Owere, ụmụnne m ndị Ọlụ, ụmụnne m ndị Igbo nọ n'akụkụ niile dị n'ụwa niile. Eji m oge na-eke n'ọnụ ka unu si esu anyị na anọ ya n'anya n'ụlọ anyị bụ Enuani Cultural Forum. Ụmụnne mbụ ndị Igbo nke nọkwa na Anidu, ekenekwa m unu. Onye si ke nji oge na gba unu dolo anya. I want to use this opportunity to clarify something very, very important. Okay, I want to use this opportunity to clarify this thought that I hate Benin. I don't hate Benin people. I don't hate our brothers from Anidu. Anybody who is an Igbo person knows what Idu is or who Idu is in Igbo land. Most of our people are even from Idueri. While Benin is regarded as Idu Ife, it is also an Idu. Regardless of the entities that are living in it now, it is part of Igbo land. That is undisputable. The founder of Edo is Idu, and Idu is an Igbo person who probably has links with Yoruba, but Idu is connected to the Igbos. If I begin to give you example with Western Igbo land, I am from Idumuede, Idu Umuede. You see how Idu is attached to my name now? Idu Umuede. Umu in Igbo, you know what it means. Idu, you know what it means. Is a strong personality that after the Great Flood, it is believed that Idu, a personality who is from Igbo land, was the leader of the group that survived the Great Flood in that very epoch that the Bible records as Noah's time. So I have no hatred at all for our brothers in Igbo land, in Anidu. The ones in Ibanke are obviously our brothers. The ones who do not speak our language, who speak Edo language, a mixture of Igbo language, Yoruba language, and some other languages of wherever they migrated from, are still our brothers. My only concern, however, is somebody who our ancestors accommodated coming online to call us the owners of the land, Igbon, or they say slave. I am from Western Igbo land. I am from Ubuluku, a very ancient community. I don't think there are any communities you can mention that are more ancient than Ubuluku. And I don't think there are personalities that are more respected than the founder of Ubolo in Benin till tomorrow, not till today, because I'm sure they teach their children history. And nobody who claims to be from Benin will not know the man Ezemu, the founder of Ubuluku. I am of the bloodline of Ezemu. I can trace myself directly back to Ezemu. Over 17 different genealogies, but I can trace myself back to Ezemu. That is my father. Till today, there is Uge Ezemu in the Oba of Benin's palace. A court, like, I don't know how to describe. The way you have a particular sections. There's a court named after Ezemu in the Oba of Benin's palace till today. Recently, when this noise started, I was able to bring out, I'm speaking English because I want my brothers from Edo to hear what I'm saying and judge whether it's true or it's false. Because a lot of them usually come here with insults. Probably when they don't understand what I'm saying, they start insulting people. It is not by insult that you change or explain history. So when I started coming online to see videos upon videos on TikTok, on YouTube, narrating how a certain Ogioboro was unalived and Ebulu Wisie Buna na Nidu. I was so upset because the particular king they are referring to is my great-great-great-grandfather. So I needed to respond. That was probably how this talk of me hating Benin came from. I do not hate Benin. Till today, there are still prominent chiefs in the Oba's palace who are from Ubuluku, and I can drop names. The Okumbowa family are from Ubuluku, and they hold a very prominent position in the Oba's palace till today. Perhaps I can even mention more families who are prominent chiefs, high-ranking chiefs in the Oba's palace till today. Maybe I'll drop them in the comment section later. There are many. The third-ranking chief in Benin Palace is from Ubuluku, an Igbo man. Oh, they will say we are not Igbos because we did not migrate from the eastern part of the Niger. My ancestor, Ezemu, and his 4 siblings, Ezemu was even a last born, and his 4 siblings all migrated from Ife, stopped at Afo in Okwani, and then continued to where we are today. They are Igbo-speaking people. If I list their names, you will judge how Igbo they are. The first son was Obodo, Ekelie, Anega. You see, Ezenalia, before you now have Ezemu, all Igbo names. Those are our ancestors. We make use of Ofo. It is our symbol of traditional authority. We make use of the 4 Igbo market days. We circumcise our male children on the 8th day of their birth. We do Omugo. Anything that you can list and connect to the Igbo traditional system. We make use of the Opala leadership system that uses seniority. Everything you can associate to somebody to make the person Igbo, we are. And we have a very strong connection with the palace of the Oba of Benin, because during the time of Ogiso era, some people from my community were also Ogisos. There are historical documents published by Benin people, not by our people now, that list some of our people as Ogisos during the Ogiso era. So this is how connected we are. Recently, I put out a picture of the Oba of Benin, Oba Adiua II, when he visited the Obi of Ubuluku in 1982, and you saw how well dressed the Obi was. Not as a subject, but as an ally. He dressed fully as a king. Our kings were never Enogis, never Enigis, never Ogie. We were kings called Obi. So back to the crux of this matter. What led me to start responding to these people? Because when I went to TikTok, YouTube, if you go to YouTube now, just type Adesua or Obiobolo, you will see all manner of slander that these people have written against my ancestor, Obiolise. I am a son of Obiolise. The immediate family you can trace me to is Umolise. In fact, if God keeps me to old age, I will be called Diopala Umolise. Now, this is the same Obiolise that the children are peddling stories on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, that he was unalived, Ebulu Wisiena Nebini. What kind of ignorant talk is that? Nyeme ninja so oyibobo. Kote wike bonende ne magwa ga anu nyemeku. Maka nsumi Igbo amwe na anuzi nyemeku. Olo de na asukpo onwe na achona nkwa mari nyemeku. Mana nyete meninja so oyibo bukwe umebulu umemenewe. Ko bu na onye ndi mekwu te bu na nke bu asị n'imewe we bia kowa o si bu asị. Mana ihu comment when you ga hu bụ idiot, mumu, Igbo, slave, iPod. Where is your brother Nnamdi Kanu? Are these the kind of comments that you will use to correct? If what I'm saying is wrong, this is how you will correct it, by just typing insults. Insults will not correct it. I just needed to clarify to you people that till tomorrow, our community, my community, maintains a strong kinship relationship with the Beninese. I have explained how recently one of my kinsmen he doesn't even personally have a problem with the palace of Benin. The community where he married from had a problem, and he just went to help them intervene. And when he introduced himself at the palace of the Oba of Benin, that he is so person, I've shared the story here, and that he is from Ubuluku, everywhere became calm. He said after a while they asked him, "Oh yes, you who asked you to say that you are from Obolo?" He said nobody, that he is actually from Ubuluku. They said, okay, which family? He mentioned family. Who is the king of your community? He mentioned. They say it's like it's true, it's like it's true, it's like it's true. That was how they decided to give back the family all the things that they seized, gave him a truck to carry back all the loads that they had confiscated, because the family was actually having a funeral during the coronation of the Oba, which was like an abomination. They gave them back everything, and they asked him, I asked them, what is the problem? They said, even the man who was in charge of trying his case, the man who was in charge of trying that case that they brought is from Ubuluku. So people were telling him, your brother now, see your brother, or you don't fall for your leg, see your brother. And he said that was how he left that place without paying the fines that they asked them to pay. That he doesn't even know that these people still recognize our relationship. Yes, the prominent people in the Oba's palace recognize that Ubuluku is an ancient community that has a strong partnership, relationship with the Oba's palace. The same thing too with so many other communities in Enuane, that today these children who do not know history try to insult us by calling us appendages or slaves. I am not from Iseluku. I have not seen a picture of the Oba of Benin visiting the palace of the Obi of Iseluku. This is not to slight them, but I have not seen. We are not descendants of Benin. Ogwashuku community is also not descendants of Benin. There may be pockets of settlements of people who claim to have come from Benin in Ogwash, but Ogwashuku people are not descendants of Benin. We were just neighbors to this kingdom that was popularized by the visit of the Portuguese. When the Festac 77 was held, and they requested for the mask of the Queen Idia, that is presently, it has been returned anyway, that was presently held at the London Museum. The British government refused to repatriate the mask. So the president of Nigeria then, General Olusegun Obasanjo, invited these two kings that I'm going to mention, Obi Chukwuyem Edward Ofulue of Ubuluku Kingdom and Obi Osemene of Iseluku, invited them to Lagos to ask, I heard you people also have your mask. Can we use it for the Festac 77? Ubuluku presented the mask I will put in the comment section here, called Ozoma Iyaba. Ozoma in my community is the immediate younger brother of a king. They must be of the same parents. He's like his chief protector and mouthpiece, so in some way, because he is somebody that can be trusted. So Ubuluku presented that mask. Iseluku presented the mask of Esige. Esige happens to be a son of the Oba of Benin, who established Iseluku monarchy. So that they stopped regarding it as Iselo Libo. They started calling it Iseluku. The people in Isele Bitime still call Iseluku Iselo Libo or Iselo No. These are Igbo names. Odibo is an Igbo name as well. My community, Ubuluku, everywhere in Igbo land, people know what Obolo is. It's a tree. Some call it Obolo Inu. That is the tree after which my community was named. I don't hate Benin people at all. I was only out to correct the narrative that my great-grandfather, Obiolise, went to Benin on a diplomatic visit. The same way the Oba of Benin comes to our palace for diplomatic visit. That same way, our own great-grandfather went on a diplomatic visit. There he visited his friend, Ezomo Nuzebu, and the Ezomo's daughter served him kola nut. He saw the young girl serving kola nut and said, no, a woman doesn't serve kola nut. But there, he had noticed the young girl. It is also believed that the Ezomo wanted his daughter to be married to Obiolise. If not, why would you give a woman kola nut to go and serve a man, man? I the man, Oshwa de Georgie, Oshwa da Warji, Oshwa da Gorgie. Tupo Osho ge di wike Gorgie, kobu Georgie, kobu Warji, kobu Rienwoji. Ya bu no Osho wane. Osho we domi debedo. Kobo bulo Osho bayege nimi ike. Obuzu no Osho. Osho de da associate. A woman who is no longer menstruating, if I should put it in clear terms. That means she has come of age. That is even the age bracket of women who are allowed to become omu. So when the Obi went to see the Oba was ailing. He was able to help in healing the Oba because any Obi of Obolo is by effect the head of all the traditional and religious institutions. He is the head of all the witchcrafts and the living. That is who an Obi is. So our Obi is also spiritually very, very strong. So the Obi was able to heal the ailing Oba Akimbuda. And he was asked, what should we do now to reward you? He said, nothing. I want the daughter of Ezomo Nuzebu as a wife. Did you hear this? Now, the Oba has already said, what would you want us to do for you? So he was not declining. He said, okay, despite the fact that this young girl, Adesua, has been betrothed to him already. When the Obi left, the Ezomo colluded with the Oba to say, how will you accede to the request of this young man? They will think you are weak. And people already know you were betrothed to this man. That a tree already climbed by the leopard cannot be climbed by other animals. Because the same way we call our kings Agu, the Benis also regard their kings as Agu. I will show you artworks to prove this. They have artifacts of leopard depicting their king, just like we call our own kings Agu. And later when they say you are Igbo people, you start shouting that you are not Igbo. Most of the things you pronounce are Igbo language. I said somebody is calling palm oil Ofibos. They say it's not Ofibo, it's Ofibon. What is Ofibon? What is Ofibo? Is it not the same thing? Okay, what is Ofe in Benin language? If you don't want to remove the Igbo, let us not ask what is Igbo doing in it. What is Ofe in Benin language? So, when the Obi Olisenwena got home, he waited for his wife, he didn't see. He did what Obolo people do to bring back somebody. And his wife came back home. Our kings are so mighty. They don't go to your place to do traditional marriage, no matter who you are. The traditional marriage happens in his palace. So he did the marriage in his palace. Married Adesuwa properly. And they continued living. But Adesuwa had a foul tongue. And being a wife who was not even interested, she was just used as a compensation to somebody. She was very insulting. Adesuwa continued to disrespect the king. But he laughed over it because he understood the situation. This young girl was not in love with you. She was used to reward you for what you did for them. So they continued living until one day in a crucial meeting, Adesuwa had insulted Obiolise in the presence of the chiefs and the head wife called Anase. And the king pronounced to Ndi Idoloma. Ndi Idoloma are the executioners. He told Ndi Idoloma, take her away. When they tell Idoloma to take you away, if the Idoloma wastes 1 minute, that Idoloma will be taken away. So the Idolomas took her away. That means Neje we be. Actually, me suna no Igbo. No kwesi be Adesua. Benin versions of the story is very funny. They said Adesua went to Obuluku to drag debt from a king who purchased goats from her and was owing her. So she came to Obulu to drag debt with her servant against the advice of her father. And when they finally unalived Adesua, her servants were able to run back to Benin. They unalived a princess and her servants ran back. They were not caught. These people, they need to have small sense now. Have small sense. Have small sense. The people you're talking to are also human beings. I want us to please share this video. It's very, very important that we use this once and for all to correct this narrative. To correct this very erroneous narrative. So, when Adesua was unalive, the story went to Benin that your daughter, that your daughter has been unalive too. Being a war chief, they mobilized and came heavily on Obolo. Obolo is very, very big. It's the biggest community in the whole of this area. It's the biggest in landmass. So, the war strategies of Obolo is very big. This community is so mighty in warfare that even during the Ekumeku battle, Obolo is the headquarters of Ekumeku. Till today, the virgin forests of Ekumeku are still there in Obuluku. So, a lot of people were crowned Obi to look like Obi. A lot of Oshu, which is our word for the one they call us slaves now. The word for a slave is Oshu in Obolo. In some Enuan dialects, you have Ohu or Oru or Ikiribi. If you want to go deep in our language, we have no word as Igbo in our language for a slave. No, in Enuan dialect. So, when these people came heavily on Obolo, they were frustrated that they couldn't even find the Obi Obolo himself. We have a lot of Benin soldiers who could not go back to Benin, who settled in my community. No disrespect. Even my wife's lineage is from that set of Benin soldiers who came to Obuluku to fight and they did not return. We call them Umuige Ibelaka. Anybody who is from Benin will know where Ibelaka is. We will know where Ige is from. Ige Ibelaka came to Obuluku to fight Adesua war. The Obuluku soldiers captured them and they surrendered to Obuluku and pledged loyalty to the king of Obuluku, and they live with us till today, and my wife is from that lineage. How do you now come on social media, 22-year-old girls or 20-something-year-old girls creating content with falsehood? Even making movies, that's the height of it. Lancelot in Maswan made a movie with this falsehood. Despite the fact that the person who wrote this lie the first time has already debunked it that is a lie. How do you say you unalive a king? Generations after, your Oba still keeps visiting my community to come and do fortifications for his enthronement. Anybody who is close to them should ask them what is Izo Edayi that they come to Obolo to do, and so many other enthronement rituals that they often come to Obuluku to do. If you unalive the Obi of this community, do you think you will still maintain that relationship of you sending your Oba to Obuluku? You see some popular videos of somebody saying that the Enoge of Ugorioko knew that he will someday become the Enoge, and he grew up, he was trained in Obuluku. This is the type of relationship we have with these people. And you see some of them who actually settled in our midst, who are from the Obolo extraction. I posted one of the comments of one of our brothers, very enlightened, how he narrated, his name is Nkemwaka, that his ancestors are from Benin, but they are now Igbo people, because they have been assimilated. Let me explain this. Your ancestors accepted the surrender and started living with my ancestors because they have been assimilated. I know about Billy. Aba na aso nye ndi aiso, obola aso edi. Aba ebido na aso edi. Aba na eri nye ndi eri. Aba notari me wa aba notari mai. That way, because their ancestors have been assimilated, it is an aberration for their children who are now even keeping our totems to start saying they are not Igbos, they are Benin people. But your ancestors have been assimilated. You now forbid what to forbid. If you are claiming you are not one of us anymore, oh yeah, now go and kill AD and eat. Because you are not one of us. After all, you are from Benin. You just came to join us. Oh yeah, kill AD and eat. You are keeping our customs and traditions. Part of the settlements that led to the end of this Adiua war, my brother Osita Modi and myself put heads together. Osita is not even from my community. And we published an article to correct this. Our sister, Esther Wright, has also written a very powerful book, but further than that, she has made a movie that will soon premiere. This movie is aimed at correcting these lies that do not hold water, spread by young children. Most of them are girls. I hate falsehood when it comes to history, even if it is aimed at praising us. I don't like falsehood. Recently, I saw a video documentary of one of our sisters who is doing marvelously well in promoting Igbo culture. She was talking about the Ekumeku War, and she talked about a certain Obi Osai of Ogwashuku. And I asked her, can I send you a message? She said yes. I sent her a message. Please take down your video and do some corrections and upload it, or do further research. There was never an Obi Osai of Ogwashuku. She ignored me, left the video there. There was never any Obi of Osai of Ogwashuku. Obi Osai is from Abo, not Ogwashuku. The real people who fought a Ekumeku war is in Ogwashuku there, centered. And it was Obi Okonjo. And the main leader is Obi Nzekwe, the king of Ogwashuku, who I recently found out the account written by the European missionaries about him. And I published it here. So, lies. lies don't last. Lies have expiry dates. My brother Stanley Tulu, you see now, you came to drag debt from a king all the way from Benin. Who in her right minds will do that? And which king will go all the way from Obulu to Benin to buy goat? My grandfather has cows. Cows. Igbo. I like the way our Igbo people call things, in such a way that it cannot be changed. We have Igbo. We have Okuku Igbo. Or for the kind what is Igbo? Anything that is our own, we usually give it our name so that it will sink. If our communities have Igbo and Ewu, how will a king now go all the way from Obolo to Benin to go and buy goat on credit, such that the girl will now come and drag the debt, they now kill her? What kind of story is that? It doesn't even add up at all. It doesn't add up. Benin and Obuluku sources agree that this young girl came to serve kola nut to a king. And the king said no. Women don't serve kola nut. Women don't serve kola nut. There are so many laws concerning kola nut. In fact, now I graduated from the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. When I was in the university, our Igbo lecturer, Mazi Bekwe, made one very funny joke. It may look like a joke, but it's true to me, at least for now. He said, if we believe the biblical account of creation, that God created everything and kept Adam and Eve in the garden and said, don't touch these two trees. One is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The other one is the tree of life. Don't touch it. They were able to discover the one of knowledge of good and evil. But the other tree, nobody knows today. That he believes that other tree is Oji. Because anything concerning Oji is about long life. Life. They don't add with Georgia Bono. You can only use kola nut to bless. You don't use kola nut to lay curse. Kola nut is usually about life. Good things. Nothing like curses on kola nut. So, there are so many laws concerning kola nut in Igbo land. And the Obi Olise, look at his name, Obi Olise. Oko Olise now is not an Igbo name. Now, being such person said, A woman doesn't serve kola nut where he's coming from. So the young girl should go. But he already liked the young girl, which means the girl's father's motive has been achieved. You brought your daughter to serve kola nut. The king liked her. When it was time for him to meet your Oba, he met the Oba. After doing what he did for the Oba, Oba said, what can I do to please you now? He said, give me the daughter of Ezomo Nuzebu to marry. The Oba said, granted. Ezomo got upset. Well, instead of having the Oba as an in-law, it's better he has. So this is the reason why they say I hate Benin. I don't hate Benin. They are our allies. When I mean allies, some of them have come here to confirm it. That what I'm saying is true. We are allies. Most of these Western Igbo communities are allies with Benin. And you come here and they come here, some of them to say slaves. You are a Kaira, you are a conquered territory. Conquered? How did you conquer our territory? I can list our kings from beginning to now. In the same epoch that Benin started having kings, that is the same epoch we started having kings. Before then, you had Ogiso. Some of our people are also listed among the people who served as Ogiso. So we are at par with you. We are not subjects of Benin at all. We were not subjects of Benin Kingdom. I am Ngozi Chukwuka. Onwode is like saying Nkade. Onwode, Nkade. That is what my surname is. Onwode, my father, is the son of Moasha, Moaha. The spirits are the ones who usually judge. Moasha, my father, my grandfather, not grandfather now, great-grandfather, is the son of Oshueleze. Oshueleze is the third son of Ojukobi. Ojukobi, son of Diese. Diese, son of Obiolise. Obiolise, son of Ina. I can trace this back to Ezemu to let you know how grounded I am in the history of my people. I don't hate Benin at all. If I mention some names of my kings, you will see names like Usifo, which is a Benin name. You will see names like Obebo. You will see names like Ubomo. Benin kind of names, because we also had intermarriages with them. Not about ancestry at all. There's nothing of ancestry that says we are from Benin. The people who are from Benin in my place, I've already talked about them. That till today, we still call them Ndi Anidu, Ndi Dumuidu, relating them back to where they are from. And then somebody will say, it's so funny the way these people reason. Somebody will say, okay, they are from an Idu, that Idu is Benin. And they don't know that there is Idueri in Anambra. And that the Idu they are talking about is Idu Ife. We call it Idu Ife because it's Idu that is close to Ife. The man talking the other day from Ibanke, I just listened to that video of the man from Ibanke who was explaining that he is from Onije. If you see how I had goosebumps, Onije is a popular lineage in Ubuluku who claim to also come from Benin. What does it tell you? It simply means these Onije people in Obolo are from Onije in Ibanke. Now they will say they are from Benin because Ibanke is obviously close to Benin, so they are saying they are from Benin, but they are from Ibanke. They are called Ndi Onije in Obolo. A very big lineage who we know very well are from Benin. In fact, we call them, aside from the name Onije as a quarter, we call them Umuidunwa. Some of them Umuidunwa. So, Umuidunwa of Obolo, who say they are from Benin, are actually from Onije, another Onije in Ibanke. This is Igbo. I love this about the Igbo people. The way they replicate names. The way they try not to lose identity. Some people say it's pride. Igbo people are so proud. They always want to dominate and take over everything. No. It is just who we are. It is right that when you get to a new place, as when I had kanka carrier osisi Igbo, that tree is usually the oldest. It is not the same. It's not just in Igbo land. Even in that place they call Anidu till tomorrow. I don't know if you people know osisi Igbo. It's a boundary tree maker. Some call it Ogli. That osisi Igbo that we use to prepare a shrine. That's what we use because they believe it is an ancient spiritual tree. We use it to prepare shrine. That osisi Igbo is the same way we regard it in Igbo land, the same way they regard it in Benin. Because our ancestors were there. We cannot have all these similarities for nothing. A lot of similarities. This Onije quarter I'm telling you about is in Ubuluku. Just come and ask them where is Onije, they will show you. Go to a bank and ask them where is Onije, they will still show you. But if you ask the Onije people in Ubuluku where are they from, they will say they are from Benin. That Benin they are referring to is a banke. My brothers and my sisters, I just did this video to clarify to our umuna ending on Anidu. Now when anya, mana kwesi hun nanya kenge si hun wenanya. Oyibo asine, no love lost, no love found. For you to find love, somebody must have lost it. Then you find it. It doesn't fall from the sky. And somebody from Ogwa Shukuna, you cannot start telling them that they are not Igbo people. Ogwanri, and the person is not Igbo. It's not possible. So my dear brothers and sisters, I want to use this opportunity to thank you for joining this live broadcast. I needed to do this so that the mind of the people who usually come here to come and lay insult will calm down. I'm only responding to what they said. I bought for them exactly the items they requested. You can't come publicly and tell me you unalived my great-great-grandfather, got Belicia, Bulanana, Nidu, oh yeah. And then years after, you still send your Oba to Buluku to come and do coronation rituals. It's not possible now. Our relationship would have become sour. But it's still not sour. Till today, there are still prominent chiefs at the palace of Benin who are from Ubuluku. There are still prominent families in Benin who are from Ubuluku. I'm saying Ubuluku because I'm from Ubuluku. What about the ones from Iseluku? What about the ones from Ogwash? What about the ones from Ibodo? What about the ones from Eka? Who are their closer neighbor? So this is it. This is pretty much it, my dear brothers. If you are seeing this video, please do us a favor by sharing the video and also placing your comments. Why I want this video widely shared is this. Igbo asinalo basho or more than ane. One falsehood sees another year and another year and another year. It becomes tradition. It becomes norm. It even becomes truth. These people have continually peddled the lie that we are slaves. We are Igbo. They call us Igbo. And then I started bringing out names recently by the help of one of our brothers who sent me some messages to my inbox. God bless you, my brother. I think it's Echidime or Ezechime. There are prominent families in Benin, different places in Benin, let it not look like it's one village, that are bearing the surname Igbo. And you know what surname means? Surname is not something to toy with. And that was why they started coming out, Igbo is no longer slave. You think you can toy with us as Igbo people? Are you wiser than an average Igbo person that didn't even go to any university? So, we know who we are. We don't need anybody to remind us or tell us who we are. We know our identity. And we have embraced it long ago. I'm so happy to have been able to share this 1 hour plus with you. Please, I'm pleading with you to kindly subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It's the same name, Enuane Cultural Forum. As you're watching this video, you can just go to YouTube and type Enuane Cultural Forum. Subscribe to our channel is for free. Unless you want to become a member of the channel, but all our videos are on public. Everybody can watch them. Please share this video widely. Let's use truth to correct lies. I have come out here and I wasn't speaking Igbo. I had in mind to speak Igbo, but if I speak Igbo, nsumi Igbo can get swa. Ese one switch to were. Nsumo were keta igelona moyo were. Nsume nwane igelona oyo gwashi. Nsumo bolo yasna moyo bolo. That is the kind of gift that I have. But I decided to use English so that those ones that are claiming they are our descendants, we are related, will hear everything I'm saying and respond. The Kumbo family I talked about is in Benin. In fact, somebody commented recently on one of our posts and placed the list of all the Iyase of Benin Yaso known, and all of them are bearing Igbo names. We are more related than you can think of. What unites us is more than what small things that separate. In fact, it is not our fault that one day Isaiah Nozier from Igbo decided to do small digging of a well in his compound and he discovered some artworks. Before more were discovered, that proves that Igbos are the oldest civilization in this whole of West Africa. Now, we are not carrying our mouth to the whole of the world. We are just saying in the whole of West Africa and even Africa. Those artifacts discovered are older than the ones that have been excavated from every other part of Africa. We appreciate the Benin bronzes and all other bronze works. I even told us recently here of the bronze from Obuluku and the one from Iseluku. Those bronzes are no more. You cannot go to the palace of Obuluku now and see that Ozome Yoba. It may have been sold. But these are artifacts that were guided with spirituality before. That before you could move them from one place to another, it was very difficult. Today they have been sold by these ones who find themselves on the throne and call themselves kings. If you go to Iseluku today to say, I want to see the Prince Esige's mask, it is a 15th century mask. The same thing with the Ozoma Iyoba. That one is 12th century, believed to be. Esige's mask is a bronze mask. Ozoma Iyoba is a bronze mask. Benin mask of Queen Idia is an ivory mask. So we also have artifacts. Aikpozo, Aifiozo, ndị akpozo n'obolo. When malamari they can ndị akpozo. It is very interesting to note and announce to you that the name of their lineage is called Igbo. It is an ancient settlement in Benin Kingdom. Igbo. That is the name of the people who are in charge of Metalworks in Benin Kingdom, my community. The people of Igbo, they are greeted Ojogu, Ojogweri. They are spread all over Obolo. But their ancestral home is Igbo. The ancestral shrine is in Obego. Alright, please, if you have shared the video, kindly help us to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel. I will see how the numbers come up. That will be a proof that truly some people went there and subscribed. That's the best way you can support us. Watch our videos, share our videos. We usually share long videos on YouTube. I don't have the streaming app yet where I can stream simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook. That's what I'm planning to do very soon. I'll be able to stream on both platforms simultaneously so that we can correct these lies. Blacksmiths, my brother, it is also a skill that is inherited, that resides within a lineage. If you are not from this lineage of these Igbo people, you have no business with Ifyozo. Okay, Umunede. Enede is also believed to have migrated from Benin. But how did enter into the name of Enede? Enede is the person, Enede. We will look into their own history one of these days. Most of the things that I do, because I try to center on what I know, is Enuane. Enuane comprises of 4 local governments in Delta State: Aniocha South, Aniocha North, Oshumili South, and Oshumili North. These 4 local governments, they are all Igbo speaking people. And we have Eka. These are the 3 groups of Igbo speaking people. In total, we occupy 9 local governments. We occupy 9 local governments. The Delta Central occupies 8 local governments. Delta South occupies 8 local governments. So the Igbo speaking people have the highest number in terms of population, in terms of voting strength, in terms of even the capital of Delta State, it is in Asaba, an Igbo community. The same way, any day, like you said, so is an Igbo word. That is how I found out on this platform, because no man is an island of knowledge. We learn every day. I am from Abo Nta. Abo Nta. We call it Abo Nta. Abo Nta. So we call it Abo Nta today. I am from Abo Nta in Ubuluku. Now, I put it out there. What is the meaning of Abo? The same meaning Abo has in my place is what people commented. A valley that has water in it. That's how my place is. There's a valley in that my place, and there was water there. So, people usually go hunting there because that water attracts animals to come there and drink water. So, hunters will usually feast on them. If you are speaking Igbo as your first language, let's be truthful to ourselves. Asusu na ihumasu, bonsumi Igbo. Bo asusu anadi. Onwona asusu wa asu tupu eji kwuzi niwe nke ni masu kitani. Ofu asusu ni masu nyeni. Ke nadi nwa asu. What does it make them? Igbo speaking people and Igbo people. They are Igbo people. Even the few people who came to join us were assimilated into our midst, and they are now one of us. They forbid what we forbid. Anything we forbid, they forbid it. All these people claiming we are not Igbos, we came from Benin, they forbid everything that community forbids. Otherwise, let them go and do contrary. When their ancestors have already accepted to be joined with these people, for my people, for my own ancestors, we are Igbo people. By language, by culture, by tradition, everything we do is Igbo. If I check this my car now, I will still see Osoji. God bless you, my brothers. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel. Daloni chukwa gozi ono. Akpoku kwa ilu mba o. Ama dakwobo e danyama bia kapiti. Chukwu na nwada. We chukwu nwada. Ailu airie. Bailu na irie. Ma ya bụ n'oshi. Chukwu ya gozie unu. Daalụnị. Nya dị mmadụ kwa na ama mala ayo. Onye mechekwa ya bulu. Ndị bikwo ọkụ ka anwụrụ eso. Daalụnị, Chukwu ya gozie unu.